check, I was straight, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hip in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come on with a dank, scrolling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sitting out on the sideline tripping, I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though? Welcome back. Whatever it's livewoodsports.com. I'm Eazy, Joe by Raxter, young Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. There's a whiteboard in Chris's booth. Just as a lady.
What?
It makes you look like an absolute murderer.
Yeah, it is written.
Couldn't hear a word you said.
It's written like a murderer.
Written like a murderer, for sure.
Wild. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. Last night, you ever have everyone's experienced it. We had a dream that felt real.
Yeah. Chris, can you do it like full?
It's weird. You almost remember it as a memory versus a dream. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I don't, like.
That's where deja vu comes from, right? You like think?
Yes.
I thought deja vu was past lives.
Yeah, I've heard so many things. Our deja vu is like when your brain doesn't retain oxygen for like a brief second, so it's like you're coming to again. That's why it feels familiar. I don't know. I've heard many things about it. Deja vu, there's still no scientific evidence of what it is.
It's just deja vu.
That and like I think brain freeze is one too.
Brain freeze is stupid. I hate brain freeze.
Brain freeze absolutely sucks. But last night I had a dream.
You had brain freeze?
I had brain freeze. It was the weirdest dream ever. No, I had a dream.
Dude, that would suck. A dream that you have brain freeze?
That would suck. I had a dream I met Jared Goff at like a community pool.
Okay.
And Kristen Harper was like, "Oh, you're that asshole." That's all he's
talking. No way.
Oh yeah, she's not like in the dream.
Yeah.
Met her in person. She's a very nice person. She's actually really dope. She's a dope human being. But
she's hot.
She's very gorgeous too. But yeah, she's like, "You're that guy that's always talking shit, blah blah." And Jared was like, "Babe, calm down. I get it. Understand."
Oh my god.
Reasoned with me. But he was so nice that I felt bad. Although I don't feel like I remember like slandering or hating. I feel like I'm actually just speaking the facts. There's only this vicinity, Michigan, and all Lions fans look at him as God. I'd kind of look at him as like a tier 2 guy. You know what I'm saying? Still really good. Still really, really good. I don't never think that there's been hate, but yeah, a dream. I met Jared Goff, and I actually felt bad because he was such a nice guy. And I remembered it almost as a memory as if it happened. Like it was weird waking up and like I don't know. That's what happened to me last night.
I mean,
thought I'd share that information.
Do you feel changed?
No. I just in the dream I couldn't like he was just too nice. He was like accepting of everything. He's like, I get it.
I mean, that's probably the kind of guy he is. He seems like a pretty nice guy.
He does seem like that.
I've never met him.
Yeah.
We had a little interaction with him where he,
Oh, walking by?
Yeah. But never talked to the guy before, but he seems like a really nice dude.
No. He's tall as shit.
Tall as shit. Got a super hot wife.
Yeah.
Makes millions and millions of dollars.
Great guy.
Like it'd be hard to be like
it's hard
upset
it's hard to not like Jared Goff as a person.
Yeah.
Like, he's a good guy.
I like how
he's man of the year.
We've talked about how he's gained a little edge to him since he got to Detroit.
Yeah.
I do like that.
I do like that.
And like I said, it'd be hard to like live Jared Goff's life and like be pissed off because like you're doing pretty well.
A lot of things
you're doing pretty well. You know, like I'm living life pretty happy right now, and he's doing a lot better than I am.
Fuck yeah.
So
I mean,
yeah, damn, bro. Gee. Fuck yeah, you fucking loser. No.
I need one of the beat reporters to ask him about his beard situation because he's never really
beard.
Yeah, he's never really rocked scruff. 5 o'clock shower. It's always been clean shaven.
Yeah.
Maybe
Cali guy. Maybe just I can't connect. My beard doesn't connect.
Oh, but when I say it, I'm a hater. I'm
you
disparaging.
I couldn't grow a goatee.
I said it's a flow tee.
Nobody knows what that is.
It's just floating.
You're
up
just
there.
hating.
It's not connected. See, there you go.
That is hating.
That's not hating. You just said the same exact thing.
I said
I just gave it a cool
can't
nickname.
get my shit to connect here.
Oh, I thought
nothing on the cheeks. No.
Oh, my man got a flow tee.
I can get that to connect. I have to shave right here every time.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
From where the mustache ends to right here, I have to shave, or it'll.
Nick doesn't have that problem at all.
No, he does not.
Yeah, I was getting roasted by Beth though when I was getting my hair. Yeah, over here it doesn't come in. Oh, right here it doesn't come in.
Your beard?
I was like, damn, Beth.
She's not a beard person.
Oh yeah. She's not. Yeah, she doesn't like the beard.
She doesn't like beards.
I just realized I'm like the only one. I can't grow here.
Right in the
middle of the stash.
Yeah.
You got a flow stash
at all. I've never shaven that in my life.
Easy. I actually got that same thing. Look.
Oh, you do too? I guess I can't tell.
Yeah, it's because it's light, but see?
Can you tell?
But Chris just said, "Look, it's just not doing anything."
Look at the camera and do it.
It was
There you go.
really God.
Oh yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, you got it too.
Yeah.
Why is that? That's so weird.
Oh.
I grow
Yeah.
like, and here, like Nick, you got that. I just
I
grow
was-
this.
Yeah,
thinking
I just
about-
get the patch.
You
Soul
get
patch. I get a little bit on the sides, but
so you got the bald area. Mm-hmm. That's so
a little
weird.
bit. Not much actually. I feel the no.
Off-season
I was thinking about shaving because I'm heading down to Florida, but like try to get some sun like on my
On your
face.
face?
But I'm like, I guess I'm like in too deep with the beard now. Like,
No,
at
your
this
Yeah.
point,
beard
I
looks
think-
good.
I think
What
I have
cut
to
did you end
go-
up getting? Just shaving it down?
Yeah, just on the sides. I'm giving it one more go at the top, seeing if we get it, how we want it. But
I'm at it.
you know what? Staying optimistic. So
Yes, sir.
that's the
you go.
goal here. We'll see how it goes. But
Shout out to Malcolm Rodriguez and happy birthday to his
Shout out.
daughter.
Shout out, yes, he had
Yeah.
a little girl. So
Yeah.
congratulations to Malcolm, friend of the show, friend of the network. Overall, cool guy. So
Grace, hold on. Hold on.
glad for him and his wife.
Is this real?
What?
Chris is dead last in March Madness.
Yeah, you do.
Like bottom of the fucking
Woodward,
contest.
I don't know, but out of us,
Okay.
It said top 10 to be fair, and that was number 10. I
And
don't
he
know
was
if there
like
was 10 entries.
612 or something.
No, dude, he's like 700.
No,
Oh
I
yeah,
said
like
111.
700.
To be fair, I've always said I don't know college ball. Just to be a company man, support the company. I
Yeah.
filled out the bracket,
Yeah.
and I just picked Michigan State going all the way.
I was
Okay,
in third.
I thought he was
I was
dead
in
last
third
in-
amongst the
oh.
Woodward people. So
Yeah.
No,
I don't
it was
because
Neil Braylon and then me.
I'm last amongst us. I don't think I'm last overall. I don't think there was 711 entries.
I know you're,
It
you're
sounded
last
really
amongst
bad.
the Woodward
dude.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
700. I mean, damn.
a lot of people entered.
I'm just that's got to be last place.
No way.
No way.
It's probably a couple thousand entries.
I'm looking it up right now. When I do my bracket, I gotta be honest with you, I'm kind of just like,
712.
Throwing a dart at the board.
yeah, that's what the tournament is, right? I mean,
besides this year,
Nah, this year
This
was,
year,
this
first
year was
time, yeah.
pretty chalk.
10
Like,
seeds.
Yeah, I think I
Lowest
picked a
seed.
million upsets.
yeah, this year was pretty chalk, and I think a lot of people kind of knew that going into it. Like that's ones and two. My whole Final Four is ones and twos.
Do you think it's because of the?
NIL.
Yeah,
It's NIL. I mean, if you're good, like look at what's Golden and Wolf. Like they were both good and part of Cinderella teams, and then they have that 1 year, and then they go to Michigan because they're going to get a bigger bet. And nothing against those guys. That's
Yeah.
just what's going to be happening. Is you're going to have a team with a player does something in the tournament and he beats somebody he's not, and then the next year he's going to be on a Power 5 team.
was his name Fiddler at State?
Fiddler, yeah, Omaha. He went from Omaha, played well there, and then boom,
Yeah.
he's at Michigan State.
that's true.
Yeah,
Like,
you're going to see
like-
that a lot. And I also think, real quick, I think a part of it is even the guys that aren't getting minutes on Power 5 teams or Power 4 teams per se are getting recruited by other Power 4 teams, and then they'll be good for them in the future. And that's why they're not going to the mid-major team. They're
No.
going to other Power 4 teams now. So that's why those teams are getting even more stacked, and the mid-major teams are still getting
Yeah, like
picked apart when it comes to their
Caleb
great
Love
players.
didn't go to
Middle Tennessee State.
Yeah, Middle Tennessee State or anything. He went to fucking Arizona.
Arizona, yeah.
So he goes from one blue blood to another blue
Hunter
blood.
Dickinson goes to Michigan to Kansas,
Michigan? Yeah,
and that's why I
they're-
said,
Michigan's blue blood.
they're
Borderline.
yeah
I mean,
borderline. I didn't
Have
like
they
how
won a title?
Beeline
Was
was
that they won
getting.
a
I
title?
didn't
No,
like
they
how.
haven't won a title since.
I think it was
That'll
'89.
be blue
Glenn
blood.
Rice.
Yeah, but I mean they're I
The
won't
scope
say
of
they're a blue. They're
college sports, I guess. yeah.
consistently a good team.
They have
Expect
like
you
the
to say
fifth. They have
It's,
like
I
the
mean
fifth
they're
most.
borderline for sure. It's like I think the blue bloods are Kentucky,
Duke,
Kansas,
North
Duke,
Carolina.
North Carolina, UConn,
I think Michigan State's teetering. I can't.
Michigan
put
State.
in there.
I put Michigan State as blue blood, but yeah, if you're not, I'm not going to kill you if you say they're not. I think you have to win.
They got the championship in '79, and
They
then
got the
02
championship in 2000.
in 2000. So it was 2002.
Like I think to truly Villanova is a blue blood. To truly be a blue blood, you have to kind of
UConn.
consistently win championships. I think.
Yeah, or at least have a chip. It's
And
hard
yeah.
to win consistently.
I don't
I'm
know
going
if
to
you
put
guys said
Michigan State there.
Connecticut.
If you don't want
That's
to,
a good one.
Like I'm not.
Over the past 12 NCAA men's basketball tournaments, the teams with the most Elite 8s are Gonzaga, Michigan, Duke, Arizona, Houston, Kentucky, North Carolina, Purdue, UCLA.
Yeah.
They were number 2 on this list behind the Zags.
That's still not blue blood to me. That's just like the past
The
like
last
10 years.
12 years
I feel like blue blood's like
is-
legacy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it's you've had generations of success.
I mean, they won a chip in the before, and then they had the Fab Five. Like, that's... I mean, if you want to talk about
when they win a
legacy,
championship.
that's a pretty good legacy. I don't think they are, like, the heart of the blue bloods, but they're in the discussion.
They're, like I said, they're borderline.
When it comes to competing for championships, they haven't gotten it, but, you know, would you say that...
I would not call them a blue blood, but they're, like I said, they're borderline.
Because State's got one in the 80s. Yeah, skip the 90s. They got one in the 2000s.
Yeah.
And they've been relevant in the conversation like then on.
Made
State
Final
hasn't won
Fours.
since the 80.
Michigan almost had one. You know, they
Two.
two,
Louisville and
almost had two of
Villanova.
them. Yeah. But I don't know. That Villanova one wasn't almost. That was
They won.
that Villanova team was insane.
Michigan won in 1989. The Wolverines were led by Glenn Rice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Narrowly beat Seton Hall. Yeah, I don't know. To me, I think State's teetering the blue line or blue blood line. I put them in there.
I
Michigan's blue
agree.
blood to me. Yeah.
I agree. I mean, I love Michigan State, you know, and I think they're a blue blood. I'm going to call them a blue blood, but if you're going to say that they're not because they haven't won a championship in 20 years, I mean, I can't say anything to argue that.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a teeter. Yeah. That's why I can't put Michigan in there.
Yes.
Michigan has made the Elite 8 75% of the last 12
What the fuck's the
tournaments.
Elite
That's what
Eight?
I'm
I
going to
don't
say.
ca- I mean, I don't care. Give me a championship.
That means they're having tournament success all of the time. I think the other 3 were
Bro,
going in.
you don't measure
blood-
blue blood status in elite.
the
Eights.
richest is like achieving the trophy.
If you want to talk Final Fours, then you could talk Final Fours. But I mean, if
I'm just saying they've been successful in the tournament. That's all.
They have,
I'm saying.
for
They're
sure.
not a blue
which is
blood.
not worthy of being called a blue blood. You
They're
gotta have
in that
some
discussion,
championship
I would
pedigree in
say.
my mind.
I agree when it comes to the term blue blood, lock on lock. They
Yeah.
need the pedigree
Yeah, that's what we're
multiple
talking
in the last.
I'm not attacking Michigan.
Burn
here.
in the Woodward Sports Chat says, should have just built a multi-billion-dollar media powerhouse like the Big Ten. Soon, Big Ten teams can just buy titles, while the small 2 and SEC whine. I mean, the SEC is still going to be there.
Why do I apologize to Chris? What's that?
I don't know.
Chris is feeling victimized.
You said something at the beginning. I didn't hear what it was. Literally at the beginning of the show.
I don't think he said anything.
I don't think so either.
But also, did you get a check on? Am I actually dead last in March Madness? There's no
What
way.
place were you?
Like I said, you're last out of
711.
all of us.
Of us. So
But
last
I don't
place
think so
is a
either.
guy named Jedi.
What's his what number? What place?
You suck, Jedi.
482.
No way.
So I thought yours said
Chris was
711.
700 something.
Yeah.
It's not
Maybe this
possible.
isn't loading.
Are you sure it doesn't have multiple pages, buddy?
I'm not seeing a tab
Actually,
here.
I think it only displays the top 500.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Because I tried to look.
Yeah, you might be dead last. But
There's no way.
That's what you wanted me to apologize for, is asking if you're
There's
dead
at
last.
least 715 brackets in there.
Found that song, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, we got to go to break. Come back. We will talk sports. Actually, the chat, Chris, can you make a new poll? We got Red Wings. We got a little bit of Pistons. We got Lions. Let us know what you guys want to start with. We'll get into all that stuff. But first, tell us about Planet Fitness.
Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone where everybody can get a full body workout in 30 minutes, and all memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month, or upgrade to the Black Card and get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Woodward Sports is at it again, giving away more cash and prizes than anyone in Detroit. Get into our March Bracket Challenge, powered by Jug and Nathan Neurosurgery. If you have the biggest basketball brain and get first place, you win $1,000 cold hard cash. But it doesn't stop there. Second place gets a weekend at Grand Traverse Resort in Traverse City, including brunch at Airy and golf. Third place, 2 club seats to see the Pistons versus Bucks with food and drinks courtesy of RHB Laboratories in Troy. You can pre-register now at WoodwardSportsBracket.com. That's WoodwardSportsBracket.com. Then, after Selection Sunday, fill out your bracket for your chance at $1,000 in cash money and more. Pick by mascot, choose by team colors, have your dog pick. No matter how you do it, go to WoodwardSportsBracket.com right now and register. All powered by the best in the game, Nathan Neurosurgery and Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts, Woodward Sports.
Tomorrow is Turtle Day, so get yourself some brand new D-Mac merch. You got on the screen, you can see it now, hoodies, tees, hats, all of that. New shirt design. Shop now at WoodwardSports.com. Click that shop tab day and get some fly new D-Mac merch.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Eazy, joined by Raxter, young Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. We put up the poll during the break. We asked what you guys want to talk about first, and the Detroit Lions won 45%.
Surprise, surprise, you sickos.
You sick PH fucks. Fuck with the PH. All right, we're taking this one spinning. We got the underrated need for the Detroit Lions. Dropped by Pod. I know you read that one. We get into that one a little bit. We also got Sam Laporta. Friends turn enemies.
Nick's not going to like this one. Let's do Sam Laporta first.
All right, let's run it.
Chris, play the video of Sam Laporta on the Up and Adams show talking about Ben Johnson leaving to become the Bears head coach.
What's it going to be like to see Ben out there?
Yeah, of course, happy for Ben. He was one of the big reasons that they brought me into the Lions, and nothing but respect for him. But again, on Sunday afternoons this fall, there will be friends turn to enemies, I guess, like I stated before.
That's such a good headline for me. Sam Laporta says, friends turn to enemies in regards to Ben Johnson. I promise I won't do that to you.
Okay.
I promise. What was it like saying bye to him? That sucks.
Yeah,
I didn't realize
course.
he was one of the, obviously, you were his guy.
Right. It hurts, of
Yeah.
course. You spend a lot of time with these people, invest a lot of energy and effort and hard work together, and, it's mutual. You're excited that he's going to go run his own team and organization and have a lot on his plate. So just very exciting times for him, and it's exciting times for us, too, as we turn towards our new staff and have a bright future together as well.
Couple things in that one for me. And honestly, not too many of it was, I hate Ben Johnson, stuff like that. I was kind of surprised to hear him say Ben was one of the main reasons he was a Detroit Lion. And it makes sense, Ben coming from the tight end room.
Yep.
And we set a franchise record in touchdowns by the tight end room with Ben Johnson as your offensive coordinator in the first year. I guess I don't know. For me, I don't think Lions. I think of the Bears structure there. That's just where my mind went. Was thinking how the Bears gonna be structured, and I thought about obviously Ashton Genty. People have been mocking them to their no-brainer, but now all of a sudden Ashton Genty's going 6 to the Raiders. Now I'm thinking Tyler Warren be picked for the Bears.
Yeah.
That's just where my mind goes when I heard it. I know you guys want to, do your anti-Ben Johnson stuff like that, and I'm here for it. Fuck Osama Ben Johnson, all day, every day. If you would have went to the Jets and went anywhere else, I would have been like, good for you, happy for you. You went to a division rival, so it's fuck you. What was your takeaway?
Don't assume.
Okay.
First of all,
right.
I think this is a reasonable response from Sam Laporta for losing a guy that, like you said, brought him onto this
What if
team.
you call him Osama Ben Johnson? That would have been awesome.
And had him break records as a rookie tight end and have a lot of success. And Ben Johnson is a big reason that Sam Laporta is going to get a nice fat payday here pretty soon. So I think he definitely sees that. And that's his guy. Like you said, Ben Johnson was a part of the tight end room, so he obviously had played a big factor, a big role in bringing Sam Laporta to the Lions. So yeah, that's a reasonable response for him. But like you said, it's still fuck him. He's the enemy now. When the Bears come out there, you're trying to smash them into the ground, and that's just competition for sure.
Nick.
What up, now? I think my
Seems like not a lot of bad blood there.
Oh, bad blood? Are you kidding me? He was his friend, and now he's his enemy. That's what I got out of this one. I mean, in what world? It's not like he's saying he's going to be hugging him on game day, saying because he had drafted me.
I guarantee he does.
I'm not guaranteeing that at all. Maybe have a pizza bet on that one when it comes out.
Johnson.
Over under people that hugged Ben Johnson.
I'm down for that.
What were we setting the line at?
You said it.
0. You said it at 0.5.
No, dude, that's insane.
I'll do 2.5.
All right, we'll figure this out in a second. But friends turn enemies. Sam Laporta, he's such a stand-up guy. I mean, in what world is Sam Laporta going to trash Ben Johnson?
Super nice dude.
Anytime he's been in any interview, this is the energy you're getting. He's always been super positive and respectful for anybody that he's talked about throughout any process, throughout his NFL career. This is just Sam Laporta being a good guy, and it sounded like he had nothing but respect to say to Ben Johnson, but I did like the friends turn enemies type line. I mean, because that's what it is for any of these guys, and that's what I said. I think there might be a little bit of extra juice. He's his enemy.
And it's what it is. And like I said, now that, appreciate him for what he did. Thank you for being here. But now that you're a head coach of the Bears, I hope you have absolutely no success for the rest of your career. And I know people on Twitter were hurt by me saying that.
That's so weird.
How could you wish failure on this guy? Because he coaches the Bears.
Yeah,
just like I wish failure on Kevin O'Connell, just like I wish failure on Matt LaFleur. Ben Johnson isn't special. He's just another turd. Like, he's just a guy that you want to fail because you play them twice. And they are one of the quickest ways, or the biggest hurdles to making the playoffs and accomplishing your goals are the teams in your division. So you want all of them to be bad.
Danny G, Osama Ben Johnson won't get hugged, he'll get punched. Dan Kim was like,
yeah.
Ha! It's like, got you on that one. Matthew Kruger, I got respect for Ben Johnson. I'm going to change the tide and say F. Aaron Glenn. How about that?
Interesting.
Go for it. Good for
go
you,
ahead.
Matt Kruger. I ain't mad at you, brother.
You want to hate on Aaron Glenn because he coaches for another team? Go ahead. I don't really care because he's in the AFC.
Exactly. NFC North Division opponent. Like, I'm not gonna fuck with you. We got beef. Like, it's.
Come on, Spencer.
That's
You don't mean that. I don't mean what?
He coached the Bears.
Yeah.
What are you guys saying? I don't understand this.
I hope Ben
Are
Johnson.
you throwing on a fucking hat to see on it?
I hope Ben Johnson doesn't win a single game next year.
Why would he not?
I hope Kevin O'Connell doesn't win a single game next year. I hope Matt LaFleur doesn't win a single. I don't know what's so hard to grasp with that concept. You don't want the teams in your division to win football games because at least 2 of them are against you. You play them more than anybody else. I don't get it. That's how you get into the playoffs, is winning your division. If you win your division, you're in the playoffs. So you don't want the other teams to win. I don't understand why that's such a hard concept for people to grasp.
And I've already hated the Bears.
Yeah.
I hated the Bears since the Calvin Johnson rule. Spinny, you got some explaining to do, by the way.
What?
Good night, Sandy. Very, very, very confused on that interaction. Both interactions. But mainly the Lions fans defending Ben Johnson. I will never get it. I do respect what he did here. I do think he's a great offensive coordinator. I think he's a great offensive mind. I could have all those same beliefs and still say fuck him at the end of the day because he plays for the Bears.
Yeah.
I play for the Bears. For the
Coaches.
Bears. Same exact thing.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of the Tyler Warren stuff? What would be your reaction if that did happen? I think that's as great as I think Tyler Warren's going to be, as good as I think Tyler Warren's going to be. I don't want to say great.
I would rather them get Tyler Warren than an offensive tackle or a pass rusher.
Right, yeah, I would. That's exactly.
If they're
what I was
taking
gonna say.
Tyler Warren over Mike Green,
I'd rather them take Tyler Warren than Ashton Genty.
Yeah,
I'd
me
take
too.
Tyler Warren than another offensive lineman. I'm camping with you. And to be honest with you, I was thinking about this morning. Well, actually not this morning, but when I watched the video. How many consecutive years are we going to get of tight ends hitting the ground running? It's typically not been the case historically in the NFL.
Yeah.
It's been like year 2, year 3, then these guys start to flourish.
And he's not like Brock Bowers was force-fed. That's not going to happen in the Bears offense. They got outlets. Damon Dice says, Spenny, you better hope Goff doesn't blow another playoff game at home.
I mean,
Dice,
we are
you better
that.
hope you don't finish last in the division again for the 3rd year in a row.
But they won the offseason.
But they won the offseason again for the 3rd year in a row. So surely this time it'll be different. But yeah, I'd much rather them take a tight end than a edge rusher or Ashton Genty or a offensive tackle.
Higher bust potential.
You know how I feel about tight ends. Like, I love them, but you can find production from multiple different ways at the tight end spot. Like, I don't think an elite tight end is one of the most essential parts of a good football team.
To be honest, the fact that he got the touchdown record, franchise record in touchdowns for tight ends with Shane Zylstra, freaking Brock Wright, a room of like
and James Mitchell. They each had remember they each had 2 in one or something like that.
Yeah,
like all 3 of them.
They're probably not
scored a
taking
touchdown
Tyler Warren. Then they're going offensive tackle.
Yes, I think so.
I think they're what? You don't think they're going running back?
I think they're
I
going
think Ashton going to be gone. You think Omarion Hampton that early?
No, I'm talking about Ashton.
Yeah, I don't think Ashton Jenny will be there for the Bears. I think
at first I was like, he's got to be, but then like I was thinking like Oakland Raiders, Pete Carroll, old school coach.
Yeah,
Tom Brady won with freaking Tom Brady, old school guy. Pete Carroll won the Super Bowl with Marshawn Lynch.
They just got Geno Smith. Like they didn't just make that move for nothing.
Yeah, because who else would they grab? You know, I don't know.
Maybe an edge rusher, but their defensive line's pretty good.
He's an offensive coach, dude. He's gonna go offense.
Maybe a cornerback.
Oh, you're saying Ben's going offense.
Ben's gonna go.
Ben's an offensive coach. It would shock me.
Oh
if
yeah,
he
I think he's gonna get an offensive line.
Yeah, he's going offense for sure. I think it's offensive line. I did start listening to Sam talk. I did start to think maybe tight end, but you grab a tight end in the 2nd round. And
Burn in the Woodward Sports Show, the super chat. He says, which is worse, the media putting the Bears as the 5th best team in the NFC or the media putting the Packers behind the Bears?
What?
Jordan hate season is going on.
Is that happening?
Yeah, I think there was...
Who did that ranking?
Colin Coward, I think. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But I remember seeing it.
They got the Bears the 5th best team in the NFC.
Yeah. Behind it was...
Burn, let us know who put that out.
It was Eagles...
Eagles, I did say it. Eagles, Commanders, us.
Lions...
You know what? 6 at that.
Rams, Bears, I think.
Are we going to do some NFC rankings sometime this week later?
Yeah, I'm down. I'm even down to the next segment to talk about that one. Because something happened that pissed me off, and I had to accept it. And we'll get to it. But first.
I think it's a lot tighter than everyone's thinking. Let me just say that.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to, what the fuck? Who did that? I mean, it's a little tighter than some would say.
Feldman Chevrolet.
Oh, that's me. Feldman Chevrolet and Novi. Feldman Chevrolet and Novi, Detroit's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year for 6 consecutive years. Get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew for just $199 a month, and you can also get a 2025 Chevy Equinox for only $249 a month. Come see George Hawes and his team at Feldman Chevrolet and Novi today.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won.
This guy's got a hot girl. Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
GrandSlamFest.com. Type it in right now on another tab, obviously, because you listen to boys. GrandSlamFest.com. Purchase your tickets. It's Friday, April 4th from 9 a.m. Brought to you by Mad Packs. What'd you say?
GrandSlamDetroit.com.
GrandSlamDetroit.com. You lied to me.
Well, I thought you didn't ask what the
website was. I did.
You just said, is it GrandSlamDetroit.com? You didn't say .com.
Grand Slam.
I did.
No, you didn't.
Grand Slam. By the way, guys, in Woodward Sports chat right now, I don't want to do Grand Slam. We'll do something funner than that. Spinny, pick a number between 1 and 10.
Okay.
Chat, throw some numbers out. What number does Spinny
that's a good
think
one.
of? And whoever nails it, the first 2 people to nail it, will get a ticket to Grand Slam Fest. How about that?
Shout out Gun Guy, take your pants off.
Speaking of numbers, Chris, were you able to grab those rankings they go through?
Let me see. I'll
Go ahead and grab them.
right
Speaking
now.
of numbers,
Yep.
FanDuel put out some rankings in the NFC. And I didn't see what the one with Burn was talking about. Burn, sorry if I missed your comment on who put out those rankings. If you can put that in there, I'm curious. But FanDuel's rankings had the Eagles number 1. Makes sense. They just won a Super Bowl. Number 2, where I got some poo stuck in my craw. That's what pissed me off. The Washington Commanders sitting at number 2, and I can't say a goddamn thing about it because they did come to Detroit in our house and beat us fair and square. Yeah, we had a couple injuries, and I would just be making excuses at that point. It just pissed me off. Are they really number 2? Is that what people are saying? Is that what we're looking at heading into this year? The second best team in the NFC? Is that just FanDuel looking for clicks? Because in my mind, as much as, it may have been an excuse, that's not the Detroit Lions team that went 15-2. We collectively lost 22 people to IR on the defensive side of the ball. Aiden Hudson being one of them, who was could have been Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
So we're just giving these guys number 2, carte blanche.
Throw it up one more time, Chris. Throw it up. I'm
not cool with it, I guess.
We're giving the Commanders number 2? That's what you're mad about?
That's where I'm stuck right now. I didn't even look at the rest of the fucking list.
Yeah, I think that's aggressive. I think the Detroit Lions are a better team than the Commanders. They were littered with injuries, and Jared Goff played a terrible game. And that's why they lost. I think if you play them straight up with healthy teams, the Lions blow them out. But, I
feel like you run that one back. I'll be gracious and say 7 times out of 10 with the healthy roster.
Yes. Oh,
fuck it.
Healthy roster
9
times out of 10.
Yeah. All day. So it's just giving them number 2. This has got to be a click thing.
It is.
I don't know.
FanDuel does that a lot. I've noted. I remember a couple of the rankings.
A couple troll posts too.
They do a lot of that.
Put the list back up. Let's see what else is on there. Detroit Lions number 3. Whatever. We'll take it. Don't care. Number 4, the Rams.
Niners ahead of the Bucks?
I'm going one by one. Where you see the Niners ahead of the Bucks? Yeah, it's kind of.
Rams at 4, I'm not mad. I'll go Eagles, Lions, Commanders, Rams. Maybe even Rams, Commanders.
Vikings at 10.
That's a troll for sure. I think the Vikings are better than the Seahawks.
They got the Seahawks above the Vikings?
I would put, okay, so
JJ
I would go Eagles, Lions, Rams, Commanders, Packers,
So you got the
Bucks,
Rams or the
Bears,
Commanders?
Vikings, Seahawks, Niners. That would be my top 10. Actually, I'd probably put the...
You'd have to put it on paper. I'm not going to retain anything you just said.
We can do a top 10 tomorrow.
So my top 5 would be Eagles, Lions, Commanders, or Eagles, Lions, Rams, Commanders, Packers.
Packers over Bucks.
Packers over Bucks. And then I would have Bucks, Bears, Vikings, Seahawks. I kind of want to give the Falcons a little bit more respect, but I got to see them with Penix. So I'll go Niners at 10.
Number 1 Eagles, Lions 2, 3. Yeah, I'll like what you said. 3 Rams, 4 Commanders. Number 5. I mean, it could be almost anybody. I almost want to.
Yeah, if you want to put the Bucks,
the Buccaneers.
If you put the Bucks at 5, I'm not mad at you at all.
Bears at 5 is kind of.
That's a reach, but
That's aggressive.
Again,
I mean, I want to see Vikings sort of react to this one. They're the biggest crybaby bitches in the world.
It's aggressive,
Have
but
they
it's
seen
not
this?
like. I think the Bears, Packers, Buccaneers are all. I would give the Buccaneers the edge probably, but they're all pretty similar. I think
same tier teams.
I'd need the Bears to show me before I put them over the Packers, the Buccaneers, or
The Vikings on that same.
Vikings and Bears. I think
Same
are the
grouping?
same. Yeah.
Let's go to our residential Vikings fan. Landing at number 10, JJ McCarthy.
That's one of my favorite drafts. That's hilarious, Gus Johnson. I was just looking at the total Super Bowl odds as a whole. I mean, if J.J. McCarthy, is he going to be what Jaden Daniels was last season? No. I don't think J.J. McCarthy's going to be that. Jesus, too many J's here. Smoking too many J's in my cart. No.
Hell yeah, I did.
All right.
Blades up.
I think the Vikings could, be a couple games over 500. That's what I'm expecting from the Vikings. I'm expecting them to take a step back, obviously, because I thought they were, getting lucky at spots last year with that schedule. I think the Bears are going to take a step up. The Vikings are going to take a step back. I think the Packers are going to be around the same exact team as what the Packers are. I'm cool with any Packers slander because I am not a believer that Jordan Love is, the upper echelon of quarterback that puts the team on his back. I just don't believe that. So I'm pretty solid with these rankings. I mean, I would put the Lions ahead of the Commanders because I think we win that game. Even with our team last year, I think we win that game 75% of the time.
Yeah.
But they had the better day than us, and we made mistakes, and they took advantage. But if a healthy Lions team, that team wins 95% of the time at home in that game. So that's what I would say about these rankings. I would put the Lions at 2, closer to the Eagles than the Lions are closer to the Commanders.
And then where you at the whole Bears situation?
I got them winning around 10 games probably.
So over the Vikings then?
Right around the Vikings. I don't know where I would put them right now.
Who do you think has a better season?
It's tough. I
wouldn't be surprised if the Bears had a better season. But again, both of them have to show me. The Bears have to show me with Ben Johnson and with this new revamped offensive line, and the Vikings have to show me with J.J. McCarthy. So I think they're both skill set wise, talent wise, their rosters they're pretty similar.
The Vikings are beefed up on defense too.
The Vikings did,
and they got a hell of a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, the Vikings. Okay, I'll say that the Vikings have a better roster, but the Bears.
I'm just saying them at 10 was crazy to me.
I think the Vikings, they have the biggest question mark at the biggest position in football. And I think you could make the argument that the Vikings right now, outside of the cornerback position, have a better roster than the Packers and the Bears.
Yeah.
And a better head coach as of right now. I think Kevin O'Connell's the second best coach
it's true in all cases.
In the NFC North. Obviously, we don't know what Ben Johnson's going to be yet, but just as of now, I'm going to say it's Kevin O'Connell. And like I said, they have a better roster than the Bears and the Packers outside of the quarterback spot, but that is just such a big question mark. I think it tracks very well that J.J. McCarthy will probably be above average, seeing what Kevin O'Connell did with Sam Darnold last year. So if you want to put the Vikings higher, for sure, I would not be mad at you. But again, them and the Bears are just in such a show-me mode right now. I need to see it. The Bears, I need to see it with their whole team gelling together under a new head coach. The Vikings, I need to see that J.J. McCarthy is better than Sam Darnold.
Shout to Steve O'Baby. Says, Eazy, you were the one that said Jaden Daniels wasn't that guy. I still stand on what I said. I just didn't expect Jared Goff to not be that guy after having the third highest completion percentage in NFL history. I didn't expect the 4 turnovers out of that guy. That's what killed you.
Yeah.
Was the turnovers. And not just Jared Goff. So obviously, J-Mo had one of there too in a comeback attempt. I think the 12 man in the field in the red zone attempt where he could have shut him down in a third down. That's when I actually turned the game off at that point. And I went over to my boy Scott's. We watched the UFC. And I just got drunk and forgot about it.
But the Vikings also could be in for it a little bit because Ben Johnson kind of owns Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Like, Brian Flores is a great defense. I saw Eazy D 313 said, I think Brian Flores is the second best coach in the NFC North, and he's a fantastic coach. But Ben Johnson's offenses have outplayed his defenses.
Yeah. But to be fair, decorated offenses.
Lions offense. Lions offense for sure. But the scheme
is his.
And
you know what? Before it was decorated, he was still doing damage. So you're right in that one. And whoever said that was right.
Brian Flores is very good for sure.
Yeah, and I'll say too, because they were kind of getting after JG that last game. There was a one drop pick 6 that Van Ginkel could have had. There was a one actual interception they did have. But that's Goff. Maybe Caleb Williams would be playing differently. He's been gushing over his style of play.
Every year is different.
Yeah.
Penei Sewell missed that block on the Van Ginkel hit on Jahmyr Gibbs. Like, that's not going to happen very often.
Got fucking crushed.
Yeah, I saw it earlier today. But then Jahmyr Gibbs went out there and put up 190 yards and 4 touchdowns. So, like, who really won that exchange?
So, fuck the NFC North. Lions won. It's tough, dude.
It's tough.
I might say Bears.
I might say Vikings.
Vikings probably the right one to say, right?
Welcome to the dark side.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I also kind of want to say Packers because it's not like the Packers are ever going to
fuck the Packers.
Fall off.
I'm going to put Packers 4.
It's like 2, 3, and 4 in the North. If you have them in really any order, I'm not going to be mad at you. They're all very close.
I put Packers 3, Bears 4, Vikings 2.
God damn.
She been eating cornbread. Some. She dating a brother, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
You got her eating right.
Oh, for sure.
That's what's going on.
And dude, the hippie pants.
The hippie pants are
goated.
Just
like yoga pants were cool.
Yeah, hippie pants.
Once they added patterns, it was
well, they're hippie yogas.
Yeah, they're different.
Because the pattern disappears. It gives a little extra oomph, you know? Like, nice little pattern. Where'd it go? And it comes back.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go to commercial break. Tell us about Dr. Pierce.
Dr. Pierce, attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join him every Tuesday on Big D Energy and Thursdays on Ermanni and Edwards with Maz, where he offers top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts. Dr. Jeff Pierce is here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit him at michigansportsandspine.com or call him at 248-426-9944.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Woodward Sports is live in downtown Detroit for Tigers opening day.
This one's blasted. Out toward the bullpen.
Live from the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House.
Way back, forget it. Out of here.
Brought to you by Mad Packs, Jars, and White Claw.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on sports.com. Me, joined by some more Raxter, Chris, Nicholas, Koloff.
Let's go.
Let's go. Oh, you talking about me not watching the rest of that game?
What game?
Lions game. I mean, I did. It was on in the background, but I was paying attention more to UFC at that point.
What Lions? Oh,
the Lions Commanders.
Watched the whole thing.
Debacle. Yeah, you were on stream.
I was on stream.
Watched it live. I was hammered. It was gross. There was a bad energy going on in Fort
Me and Stick got into it because he refused to say that Jared Goff played a bad game.
That's how Stick is. In my dream, Jared Goff was like, "Yeah, that guy creeps me out." Didn't you kick his ass one time? No, I'm just kidding. And then we got high and played.
My boots.
What?
I just did it on there.
We'll swear on your boots.
Yeah.
Hey, what it is, baby. We need to ask the Stylist Sports Question segment.
A what?
We need to ask the Stylist Sports Question segment. We need a.
We've tried.
We might get in trouble for that.
Yeah, we've tried. That has been a big no.
It's a hard pass.
It's a hard no around these
hard pass.
Trust me, guys, we've tried for you. We really have.
It has to happen organically.
Maybe if we get enough super chat, we get super chat questions and see if they'd answer. We don't got to tell them it's super chat.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll figure something out. You and Stick got into a fight. Him and Stick wrestle. Real wrestle. Well, they rolled.
Justin Jelena. Did the Bears re-sign Keenan Allen? I don't believe they did. That's a name out there is kind of sitting, chilling, huh?
Bro, you love Keenan Allen.
That's his big brother.
And you took the under on a Keenan and Allen against the Lions, where you had to bring in pizza the day after. The Keenan Allen kills the Lions.
So why would that mean I love him?
You do love him, though.
Because you can't stop talking about him.
He's a good player. Keenan Allen, I'm sorry. What world did I step into? I wake up and Keenan Allen was a bad football player?
No, you do love him.
You do love Keenan.
Where's this come from?
We're not like going after you for it. It's just known. You're a Keenan Allen guy.
Don't know where that comes from at all, to be honest with you. Lost on that one. But yeah, he is a good football player, and yeah, he's out there.
Would you take him as the Lions' third receiver? Move
I think
Timmy over to 4?
We don't need
slot
him.
Guy. I think that kid coming in, Tadakonda Maruso from Arizona. I don't know his name. I don't know how to say his name.
Territoria McMillan.
T-Mac?
Yeah, that's what I call him
T-Mac for safe. I think he'd be the next Keenan Allen.
I think he's going to be better. I think he's like more Julio Jones than Keenan Allen.
Jones?
Yeah. Not like that. I think he's closer to Julio Jones than Keenan Allen. Yeah. He's big. He high points the ball. Julio Jones is a different beast.
I think he should be T-Mac. He'll be like himself, but
whack answer.
Well, I guess the way I would explain his game is I think he is slower, like more of a slot guy.
Cortland Sutton.
Yeah. I like that. I think contested catch-wise, he's up there with some of the best, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's going to be a guy that you could
nasty
throw it up to and he'll go get that shit.
Yeah,
he's a freak. I think, I really want to mock draft him to the Patriots, but it's not going to happen.
No.
But I think that would be.
I tried doing a 3-round earlier today. I was doing my Lions one. I started like a 3-round.
That's why you didn't finish it.
Yeah, that's fair.
ADD ass started doing a different mock draft while you were doing the first.
That is fair. I'm about to start clicking shit to find it out. But this kid Kyle Williams.
Tetaroa says DNC-ENT.
Yeah, Tetaroa. That's how you say it. Shout out to DNC-ENT.
Shout out.
A
tuba top.
Kyle Williams, Washington State. I saw Chris Sims ranked him number 2 on his wide receivers, like number 2.
Yeah.
And then I was because Chris Sims does this every year, but last year he said Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. over Marvin Harrison.
He did.
And he was right.
He was right for sure.
At least in the rookie year.
Yeah.
He was right.
He was right. Brian Thomas Jr. is a fucking monster. And Malik Neighbors was PPR god.
Yes. I told you guys
He's getting
all
like 12 catches a game.
I tell you guys all summer.
Yeah.
Make sure you draft him. Yeah, this year he put Kyle Williams. And credit to Chris Sims. I thought it was a little clickbait last year. he ended up being right. So that this list I actually gave some, I guess, credit towards. And I looked up Kyle Williams. He's a stud.
Yeah.
Chris Sims knows his wide receivers.
It's fair.
He says he might sneak into the first round. That part I don't know because you're not hearing none of that type of chatter. But I wouldn't be surprised if he's one of those guys that get picked second, third, whatever, end up being a stud, and everyone's like, "What are the diamonds are rough in the draft?"
Carl Ripken in the Woodward Sports Chat says, "Show meat." Brock Z in the Woodward Sports Chat says, "We want to see some sausage." Well, Nick, it's your time to shine.
What is happening?
They want to see some meat.
Why is that happening right now? Why would you read that?
I mean,
we're in a good flow, and you just
people.
stop to read about penises.
Yeah.
Or food, depending on how you look at it.
We want to see something.
But where did you want to take that? We're not getting a wide receiver.
We're getting a wide receiver.
Well, yeah, not in the first round. Though.
Yeah, not in the first round. I don't know if they could go first round, but we grab him second round, third round.
I don't want to see us grab a wide receiver in the first 3 picks. I really don't. I think the
buckle up, buddy.
The well of wide receivers notoriously in the draft is extremely deep. You have no need for a wide receiver on this team right now. I would rather see your first 3 picks be on guys that will help you and guys that will be top level draft area, which is defensive linemen and offensive linemen in the first 3 rounds.
Mel Kiper's too ugly for TV.
Mel Kiper, what's going on?
Get him off this fucking screen.
What happened to his
That is
chin?
horrendous to look at.
Turn the TV off. Turn the
Did
TV
he
off.
get rug burn?
I really
from
am.
eating
It's
some ass or
bothering
something.
me. It's for real. Was he getting his ass eaten?
Some
He's
balls slapping his
face
chin?
first in the carpet. Sorry.
That's not a good look for Mel.
First 3 picks, wide receiver, dog. I'm not mad because it's Brad making the pick. I can't if that guy decides Kyle Williams is who he wants to grab the second round, tied to Chris Sims, who's been kind of on the point with these wide receivers. I'm here for it.
Gibo says, "Yeah, put that shit on the table, Nick." But I don't know, man.
What?
Dude, chat wants to see Nick's meat. That's all I'm saying.
What? How? Where? Who said this? I don't see these.
Like I said, Gibo just said, "Put that shit on the table, Nick."
Have you ever been
spinning in those
swallowed
burners.
up?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like I said,
My balls are hot.
I'll say it. I would be upset if they took a receiver in the first 3.
No, you wouldn't.
Would you walk away?
Because you're a Brad
Braylon
Holmes
did?
guy.
Yeah, I know.
You're a trust the process.
I would not
guy.
walk away, but I would be upset. Okay, I'll be upset if they take a wide receiver before they take an edge. So if you take Mikael Williams or whoever it is in the first round at the edge position, and then you take a wide receiver second round, and then get an offensive lineman third round, I could stomach that. Pause. But if you go guard in the first round, then wide receiver, then defensive end, I'll be upset. I think they need to get one of these top 10 defensive ends. I just do. So if you take a wide receiver, I would be upset. I'm not out on Brad Holmes or anything like that, but I would be upset. And maybe I'll probably end up looking like an idiot because that's what happens with people that question Brad Holmes.
Dude, the guy in my
and his
corner store
decision-making.
was trying to call me. You didn't like the Jameer. I liked the Jameer Gibbs pick. I didn't like the Jack Campbell pick.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sit here and be like, yeah, I'd love it if they took a wide receiver before an edge rusher. Like, no, I can't sit here with good conscience and tell you that.
And to be honest with you guys too, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that'll be the case because Brad Holmes came out in the combine interviews and said, openly said, he's usually keep himself close to the chest. I think he's a deep class at defensive tackle or in the trenches. He should. So, I think that's where we're going to go.
You think they're going to go wide receiver?
No, I just said trenches.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
It's a very deep class at the edge position. Right
we
around where you're drafting is going to be a lot of good first round type guys coming off the board.
Yeah.
They were all very athletic. They all play the run to a relatively good level. So all of them seem like guys that would fit into what Brad Holmes likes as a defensive lineman. You need a defensive lineman. I really want an edge in the first round.
Your boy, Eazy D, 313. The only reason to be upset is because of Rune's get Hutch help fantasies. I'm good with whatever. The only reason why I would beef with wide receiver a bit, and I would still trust the pick because this is Brad. The only reason why I'd beef with it a bit is because you have 3 wide receivers right now.
Yeah.
But
4 if you count Khalif.
I guess Tim's only 1 year deal.
Yeah, like I want them to.
We don't know
that.
what
You guys
we
know
don't know
my,
the future holds.
My
with
thought
J-Mo.
process is draft a wide receiver every single year. Every year, no matter what, you should draft at least 1 wide receiver because you could get an Amon-Ra St. Brown or a Cooper Kupp or whoever, Puka, blah blah blah. But in the later rounds unless you desperately need one. Like, if you get your Amon-Ra St. Brown in the 4th round, that's awesome. But you got a Penei Sewell first. You know, if you get your Cooper Kupp in the 1st round or in the 6th round or whatever, that's awesome. But you get your other guy you get the player you need. And I know Brad doesn't go for needs. He's going to draft 2 defensive linemen in the first 3 rounds, so we'll see what happens.
People yelled we needed edge help, but would love a wide receiver picked early? ? Cody Ingle.
I would not.
No, that's just Weezy D.
Hell no. There's in what world are you going to go wide receiver or any other position than what you said in the trenches? Like, I don't care if it's interior defensive line. I don't care if it's exterior defensive line.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's interior offensive line or on the edges of the offensive line, and you're getting like a Decker backup, and if Manu's going to be the guard of the future. But this team needs so much help on the defensive line. We got rid of our second edge guy in Zadarius Smith, and I believe, they wanted to go a bunch of depth right now. Get your guy in the draft. Still not thrilled about it, but you have to get some dogs on the defensive line to help out Hutch and Aleem, for that matter, who's coming off a major injury.
Yeah.
What if Aleem's not firing on all cylinders when he's back? This team's in some serious trouble once again on the defensive line. Do you want to see your cornerbacks that you just put so much draft capital into have to cover for long extended periods of time? Because I don't. I would much rather be getting to the quarterback and helping those guys out on the back end and helping your safeties turn the ball over. That's how this team's going to win a goddamn Super Bowl.
I agree, Nick. And you look at the chat making some great points, backing you. Like Blake Barbosa says, I had a rib removed so I can suck myself. Exactly. It's just what Nick was talking about.
Acknowledge me.
How do you read that shit?
It's funny. I agree. I think you got to, and I think Brad Holmes. I think everybody realistically knows that the 3 most important positions in football are the quarterback, the guy to protect the quarterback, and the guy to kill the quarterback. And then after that, you could talk about wide receiver probably being 4 or cornerback for sure. But defense still wins championships. You look at the Chiefs 2 years ago; their defense was insane.
The Eagles this year.
Obviously, that last year the Eagles' defense was insane. You need a defense, especially a strong rotation at the front 4 if you want to win a Super Bowl. That's what it is. If you don't have a good front 4 defensively, I don't think you'll be able to win the Super Bowl, no matter who you are. And right now, I wouldn't say the Lions' front 4 is elite.
Not at all.
Especially because of injuries.
They're good, but not elite.
Yeah, no. They need a healthy Aleem McNeil and one more piece on the edge to be an elite front 4.
Let's go to break. I have my mock draft. We also have some sneaky, underrated needs for Detroit Lions per pod. But feist.
Real quick. Breaking news. Didn't want to fuck up the segment. Javier Baez getting the starting center tonight. Can't wait to hear your mock draft next. But that's just a game before the first game of the season. You got Javi Baez playing center field for the Detroit Tigers.
Whatever.
They're doing whatever.
Yeah, my bad. They are, but okay. That's just real quick.
Elite stuff.
I got sad about Parker Meadows again today.
Center field Javi
again.
is. I don't know if my excitement will be able to contain itself.
It's so exciting.
How's Jahan been?
I'm almost excited to see.
But before. In the outfield.
Can't play for shit.
He can't. He's not a center fielder.
He's not a left fielder either, but that's where he's going to be playing.
Right.
Yeah.
Anybody.
Wenzel could play center.
He's out for a month.
Vierling could play center.
Out for a month.
Parker Meadows could play center.
Out for 3 months.
That's Riley Green could play center, but they don't want him to, which I respect, honestly.
Yeah.
The Tigers doing everything right now to keep Riley Green out of center field, I think is a good idea. But Javi and Ryan Kreidler are not the fucking answers. So we'll see. Or Torque.
All of these injuries, not exciting. Easy's mock draft, extremely exciting.
Extremely exciting. We'll get to that, but first tell us about Mark White.
Mark White gonna do you right.
Hey.
Mark White gonna change your life.
Yeah.
Mark White gonna make your wife really happy when you save up $5,000 in the closing cost of a brand new home. We dial 248-290-8242 or visit markwhitesales.com.
The boys of summer are ready to get back to the playoffs, and there's no better place to get your Tigers Tigers coverage than Woodward Sports. Join us all season long as we follow as our hometown Tigers claw and fight. This ball is gone. Boys are back in town. Feel the roar with Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles, and with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Jaws Cannabis. I didn't ever read like that. Top shelf quality, unmatched variety, price for the people.
Jars.
Shopjars.com. @jars_life is the socials if you want to keep up with the latest deals. Although, if you sign up, they'll include you on those in the text messages and whatnot, too. But Jars Cannabis, 27 locations across the great state of Michigan, including ones coming to Madison Heights, Milan, and Grand Rapids. Shout out to Jars Cannabis. Top shelf quality.
It's Jars.
Unmatched variety. It's Jars, baby. Yeah. What up, though? Welcome back to World Heavyweights live on WoodSports.com. I'm Eazy, Joe Smith, Raxter. I'm Chris Nicholas Koloff.
Let's go.
Juju Watkins, torn ACL.
Yikes.
You hate to see it. Didn't watch.
Didn't see it.
Any of it, but you hate to see it.
Hate to see anybody get injured. For sure.
Then he taking on women's rights activists on
not what
X.
happened.
Huh?
It's not what happened.
Show me your.
She said that Juju Watkins was on a higher career trajectory than Jaden Daniels, and that's just blatantly false.
What about in her sport?
Jaden Daniels won the Heisman.
In her sport?
Jaden Daniels won the Heisman.
Could she be a better women's basketball player?
No.
Then Jaden Daniels is going to be a quarterback.
Jaden Daniels was literally the best player in college football the last time he played in college football.
It's just a trajectory, so that's beyond college.
Yeah, and
into the pros.
Her trajectory isn't as high as Jaden Daniels was when they were both in college.
She's the number 1 overall pick. That's higher.
It's fair. Her trajectory is to a $200,000 contract.
Okay, all right.
Jaden Daniels is to a $500 million contract.
We're not. I'm not.
I mean, am I wrong?
You're done.
Am I wrong? You're going to sit here and tell me I'm wrong?
I almost didn't do this mock because no one.
Juju sucks. It sucks that she got hurt. For sure.
Yeah. You said she sucks, though. It's kind of crazy.
She's hot.
She's very cute.
She's a baller, too.
Want to be a baller. I didn't want to do this draft because every time I did it, and this is why I started entertaining Brad doing some weird shit, none of the juicy edge rushers fell to 28. Surprise, surprise. It's fucking literally the last 4 picks of the draft.
Got to trade up?
It goes too fast for me to trade up. And then I'm like, what point do I trade up? The guy that I really, really want is going number 9, number 10 every single time. Jamar Stewart.
Oh,
yeah.
that's interesting. So
I can't help it. I got a draft crush. I think that guy would be perfect on the team opposite Aiden Hudson. But I finally got one that I like. Throw it up there, Chris.
Throw it up.
That I like. I could just stomach it.
Okay.
All right. And I don't think the Detroit Lions do it. This is what I would do mock draft. James Pierce Jr. was there at 28. How do you not? Let's be real about it. Is the weight questions? Are there run defense questions? Are there off the field questions? Yes. But I agree to a point that KG's making. I don't think that'll happen. But the point that KG makes, if you're not willing to take a guy, you think he ruins your culture, then do you really have good culture? Like what's really going on in the locker room? You can't afford one rotten apple.
Dan Campbell himself has said that you could afford one rotten apple, and that's what I look at with the James Pierce Jr. stuff. We talked about it before. I think he is a top 3 edge rusher in this draft.
Yeah.
I would be extremely happy if the Lions drafted James Pierce Jr. I think that the Lions locker room and the culture that Dan Campbell has established in there is strong enough to withstand a guy that comes in and isn't the best teammate. And as the reports on him is that he's not the best teammate and that his
uncoachable is a lot of stuff.
Uncoachable is what they said. He's never been coached by Dan Campbell. You know, it's different when you walk in there with a guy like that and with a room full of the alphas of alphas, because that's what the NFL is.
Mm.
James Pierce Jr. comes in here being the best player on Tennessee last year. Pretty much every guy in the Lions locker room was the best player on their college team.
I think if he's going to have success in the NFL, there's going to need to be a coach on the staff. It doesn't necessarily have to be the head coach that can just get to him, relate to him. And there's the one attribute you can't argue that Dan Campbell has. You can argue X and O's. You can argue anything else about that. But it's a fact to relate to people and get them to believe in a message. And I think Dan Campbell has that capability to do it, even with a guy like this. I think it helps that he's a former player. I think it helps that the defensive line, half your staff is made up of former players. Is Casey Rogers a former player? No, but he's got a shiny Super Bowl ring on his finger. You know what I'm saying? He's coached some of the best to ever do it. So I have some hope that maybe it could happen. Do I think it happens? I'd probably bet against it. But if a guy like that falls 28 and you're on the verge of winning a Super Bowl, in the words of one Sam Fisher, how do you not?
How do you not? R.I.P. Fish. Love that guy.
R.I.P. Fish.
Yeah, and if you don't take him at 28, you know he's gonna go to the Eagles and he's gonna turn into a fucking monster.
And that would be a problem.
That would be.
I would be. If he became a Philadelphia Eagle at pick 32, brother, I might force myself to stop watching the NFL. I might just fully dive into video games or something. I was trying to think of the word. What is it in the study water? A marine biologist. That's where you'd find me. If James Pierce Jr. fell to the Eagles.
I don't know if he got the chops to be a marine biologist.
Oh, I got the chops because I ain't watching football. I got to keep busy.
It's fair.
Let me go out like Steve Irwin in that situation. I'm just done with it.
Have Noah get you a job at the Reptarium.
Yeah, that place is fucking sick.
His dad owned it.
Great spot for first day. His dad hooked me up. He's the one who got me tickets.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. Very famous, by the way.
Very famous.
Didn't even know that.
Oh, yeah.
Nick?
He's on Jake Paul, David Dobrik, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Noah
Mr.
shows me a
Beast.
ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His dad was
Theo
a man.
Vaughn follows Noah on Instagram.
No way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's he talks because he did some stand-up stuff at one point. He was like, me and Theo talked about it all the time.
Noah did stand up? No way.
Not Noah. New Noah. Noah B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what other Noah B talking?
Noah W.
We're talking about Noah B. Why would I think you're talking about Noah W? Randomly.
I don't know if you
Fucking
met Noah
this
B.
guy. All right, Nick.
I know you
save
do
me.
talk to people, though. And that's where I want to go with this question. Because obviously, James Pierce, everything on the field, perfect fit. We wouldn't even be talking about him at 28. He wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
What is the problem with James Pierce right now that you've heard the most, both of you guys?
Uncoachable.
Uncoachable straight up.
Yeah.
Locker room problem at all? Or is his teammates saying anything bad about this?
He's got a hot temper.
Yeah. I heard he's
Hot
kind
temper,
of an asshole.
Scary outcome.
Basically. Paraphrasing, he's kind of an asshole.
It's always let them outrun.
Am I just an asshole? No, I've got legs and arms.
So I think Dan Campbell could be the savior of that situation. We'll see. Chat, where you guys at with one? No one make any whale jokes. Says Xavier D.
Carl Ripken in the Woodward Sports Chat says, guys, I got stuck in self-suck. Somebody call the cops.
Brian Ruth, Pierce Jr. will be a Cowboy. Perfect fit for the dysfunctional player.
I'm telling you, it's got Eagles written all over it, dude. It just does. He's bringing another asshole to play on that defensive line. Like, me and Eazy have talked about this a lot. I want assholes playing defense for me. I don't want you to be a nice guy.
No.
And like Hutch is a nice guy off the field, but when he gets on the field, he's a psychopath. Same with Jack Campbell. Same with Brian Branch. All of these guys are like that. And yeah, James Pierce might be an asshole on the field and off the field. That's something I can accept. That's something I think this locker room can work through. And I think his talent and his play will be enough to outweigh him maybe not being best friends with all of his teammates.
One of his
I think the Detroit Lions teammates will be fine with it. If he comes in there, he's sacking the quarterback. If he's kind of a dick, so what? You're helping us win.
What do you say?
One of his old teammates plays for the Detroit Lions, and he was his quarterback when he came in as a freshman and played a reserve role. Name is Hendon Hooker.
Yeah.
I would like to see what Hooker has to say about his old teammate when he was a freshman, James Pierce Jr. That was before he went back-to-back first-team All-SEC. Literally, the numbers are there. 17.5 sacks, 28 TFLs. I mean, talk to me. Talk to me.
Home run pick.
Do you think there is a possibility that he's a Detroit Lion?
No.
Or do you think he's complete? Oh. Uh-oh.
I'm going 40%.
I'm
I think
going
it's a 40% chance.
5%.
If he's there.
You pass on Jalen Carter, I don't think you regret or give up your laurels and take a James Pierce.
But I don't know if they had everything
Jalen Carter
built
was
in yet.
no doubt best player in that draft class.
But maybe now you're a little more desperate. You know, maybe
maybe
That's
you feel like you have a more stable place.
Maybe you just watched Jalen Carter win a goddamn Super Bowl and you could have had him.
Yeah.
Maybe that happened. And so, yeah, bump it to 40. On top of the culture's kind of baked in now. There's no more
then
excuses.
take Tate Ratledge at offensive guard. Another asshole on the field. He seems like a great dude, like nice guy.
Yeah.
Haven't heard any problems from him off the field, but he plays angry. He plays like an asshole. I think he would fit in on that Lions offensive line for sure.
Justin Galena, defensive end, is not nearly as urgent of a need as you guys think. O-line is way more of a need.
No, what?
No. No.
What the fuck?
No. I think the argument's there, Justin. I really do.
The offensive line is a need for sure to get some
Yeah.
depth and to get some pieces to replace. But you got Manu from last year that you have a lot of high hopes on. You got Christian Mahogany from last year that showed you he could be a starting offensive lineman in this league. You still got Penei Sewell. Like, yeah. Would you like one more guy to add as a depth piece for sure? Because you are going to be losing Decker and Frank and Graham. Like, those guys aren't getting any younger, but I think you've got Manu in place. You've got Jonah Jackson in place. On the defensive line, you're trying to win a Super Bowl right now. You don't have anybody that I love when it comes to sacking the quarterback outside of Aiden Hutchinson, except for Lee McNeil, and he's hurt. I think that offensive line, shoring up your offensive line with youth is secondary for sure, but I think you need the defensive line is the glaring number one, and I don't think it's even debatable.
Proxy, what is your favorite race?
Talladega. Love the Talladega.
I love the Talladegas. They're great people.
Yep. Great people. The roaming Talladegas. They live off Marlboro Lights and Miller Lights.
They're prone to flashing. Pit parties. The human race. Great answer, Gromit.
Top 5 races. What's wacky racing? Isn't that what they used to?
Yeah, my stepdad used to love that.
Yeah, wacky racing is fire.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to break. Come back.
I like the Mario Kart 200cc.
The chat sparked up about the Jalen Carter stuff.
Rainbow
You guys
Road.
want me to sit here and pretend like he's not one of the best defensive tackles in the game? You're gonna sit here and pretend like he's not one of the best defensive tackles in the game? You're gonna sit here and pretend that he didn't contribute to winning the goddamn Super Bowl?
I hope not.
They are.
I
They
hope
will. Weezy D's already on top of it, and so is your best bud.
It's fine. If like they're trolls.
High hopes.
That dude's probably not stuck in self-suck. He just said it. You know.
What's your favorite race?
Let's go to break. We'll come back. We're going to keep talking Lions. First, let me tell you about Planet Fitness. Planet Fitness, the home of the judgment-free zone where everybody can get a full body workout in 30 minutes. All memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month. Or you get the Black Card. It gives you a ton of other amenities, including access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at planetfitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The bats are hot, and the weather's getting hotter. Summertime in the D with Detroit's big hitters, Woodward Sports.
Les Stanford Buick and GMC has great offers for everyone. Get a 2024 Envision Avenir for only $299 per month, or check out the 2025 Sierra Crew Cab Elevation for $229 per month. Don't forget about the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for $799 per month. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory. Les Stanford Buick GMC, LesStanford.com.
What up, welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on sports.com. I'm Eazy, my Raxter, I'm Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Spinning. Why don't you read some of those comments you were reading during the commercial break here?
I don't really want to.
What was some of the stuff you were reading, bud?
Danny G in the Woodward Sports chat. says, where was it? Sorry. Let me find it again. Ali McNeil is a top interior defensive lineman too. I love Ali McNeil. Unfortunately, he hasn't proven that he can stay healthy when the Detroit Lions need him, and he's not as good as Jalen Carter. But I love Ali McNeil and need him to come back. If this Lions team wants to win the Super Bowl, Ali McNeil's going to have to play and play well. And I think he will when he's healthy. He was playing great last year. Unfortunately, he tore his ACL. We need those guys to stay healthy.
I also would say something like he didn't record a single tackle or half a tackle, whatever. I don't know if you're familiar with the defensive tackle position. At times, your job is to be a disruptor more than a contributor statistically on the stat sheet. An example, perfect example, DJ Reader, right? DJ Reader, highly regarded across the NFL. You look at the stats, nothing really is going to blow you away. What he does great is disrupt plays and create opportunities for other players. Moves the quarterback out of the pocket. That's what defensive tackle's job is to do. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, and there's we can't bitch about it. He's on the Eagles. That's it. It's over. He's never coming here. He's not going to be here. Sure wish he was, but I do like the guys we got as well. But I think it is widely recognized that the defensive line is the worst position group on the Detroit Lions team. So, and that's not saying a lot because it's a very good roster. But you need to add him, and
it's still a very good group. But you just gotta shirt up. You want to Super Bowl.
There's a difference between being we're not saying they're terrible or bums, but we're not playing to be cute anymore. We're playing to win Super Bowls, and to win Super Bowls, you need elite units. And the defensive line is one of the most important, probably the second most important unit in football. So you need to have an elite defensive line if you want to win a Super Bowl. And right now, the Detroit Lions don't have an elite defensive line,
and that's why. With the second-round pick at number 60, the Detroit Lions select Omar Lott. A guy that's a little bit of a tweener, can play inside, can play outside. He's 6'2", 315. I think what you like about him, or what Brad would like about him, the way they would use him is the same way I just explained how defensive tackles are used, is to collapse the pocket and cause destruction. If you want the other one up there, you don't have to actually. I keep going. He played Tennessee alongside James Pierce Jr., very familiar with his game. Just another piece you throw in there, and Brad likes the versatility. We talk about it all the time, especially in a situation where you watch 22-year players go down to injury. I think this guy fits. The mock draft felt to me kind of funky. I didn't really love anybody that was there for the taking at 60, so I took Omar Norman a lot because I feel like he could be just as successful as a defensive tackle as he could spare you at edge sometimes. He's kind of like a Levi Onwuzurike, I guess, if you guys were to take it in perspective like that. In the third round.
Real quick.
Yes, sir.
What Levi was supposed to be or what Levi is right now?
What Levi was supposed to be.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'm in.
And honestly, I think Levi probably would have had a better season had Hudge stayed healthy, had Davenport stayed healthy.
I agree.
But, I'm very curious to see what kind of year Levi Onwuzurike has. It's just a one-year deal, so we draft Omar Norman Lott. In round 3, with your compensative pick, whatever word you want to use for that one, Kyle Williams.
This is your guy.
This is my guy. This guy's a stud out of Washington State. Big body guy, long body guy. Yeah, I mean, what do they know?
Yeah.
Come on now. They probably had Marvin Harris Jr., number 1 pick.
Letter grades don't mean much.
Letter grades in the PFF mock drafts don't mean much. This kid is a phenomenal route runner. He's got great hips. You look at that in terms of just be able to direct your motion when you're looking at DB. Your upper body stays straight, but you start turning this way. And he's got the speed too, a longer body. I think the weakness about him that they're talking about was the hands, which, but I don't think that ever deters him from drafting a wide receiver. Jamison Williams didn't have the best hands to begin his career. And obviously, you saw it get better throughout his time here. Round number 4, I grabbed Savion Jones, a 6'4" guy out of LSU. I think he can have great bursts. I think he's very, very raw at the defensive end position. But put him in there with Casey Rogers. I think you grab a guy that could play alongside the defensive line with Aiden Hutchinson and the rest of the boys too. 6'4", long body. I think this screams run defender right off the rip, to be honest with you. And I think you teach him a few pass rush moves. He's in one-on-one situations at the NFL level. You got a guy. And these next guys following that are just gimmies. I'm in Miles Frazier, big body, 6'5" guard out of LSU, a road great of a human being. What do we do best here in Detroit? What do we like to set up the rest of the offense with? The run game. Miles Frazier can do that for you in more spells. I love Miles Frazier.
Yeah.
I'm honestly I gotta look up why he's a round 6 guy, to be honest with you. Malachi Moore, safety out of Alabama. There are no other safeties within this depth chart right now. We currently only have our 2 guys, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, if I'm not mistaken. Brandon Joseph had a DUI last year. They cut him. You lost Afonso Melifonwu.
Yeah, they're going to draft a safety for sure.
And Brian Branch has advocated openly for this guy, Malachi Moore, already on Twitter. Let me grab him. And then round 7, I don't know if this happens. Probably doesn't happen. But how do I pass up on Kyron Lacey? Just sitting there. I can't just.
They would never do that.
They would never do that. But again, I don't know if they would even draft James Pierce Jr.
I don't think they would either.
But I'm drafting my team. I'm taking Kyron Lacey, round 7.
Beat the charge.
Beat the charge, allegedly. I don't think I've read anything officially yet. But if he did.
Trying to beat the charge.
Probably Philadelphia Eagle. Probably catching a Super Bowl with that guy.
Michigander just sent me his mock draft. We'll do your guys' mock drafts on Friday. So send them in to Real Chris Platty on Twitter.
Big body Benjamin.
Or see, what is it? Platty Pods? Platty Pods.
Yes.
Rat Cave Pod, subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, send those in to us. DM them on Twitter, and we'll do a bunch of them on Friday. Have some drinks.
Yep.
Read some mock drafts.
Also, $5 entry fee required.
$5 entry fee. If you want Chris to read yours, he'll do it wearing the dog mask.
Acknowledge me.
All right, coming up next, I can force some more Detroit Lions, and we talk some Pistons. Let me know, chat, what you guys want to do. Nick, you had a question real quick.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
Let's
go to break a little bit early. Tell us about Caesars.
Pressing buttons.
Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Make sure you scan our QR code above my head and use code word Woodward 1000 to get your first bet up to $1,000 risk-free. Meaning if it doesn't hit, you'll get it back in bonus bets. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Listen, I'm not sure who, but somebody let the Tigers get hot.
The Detroit Tigers are locked and loaded for another great summer in Detroit. And it all starts downtown at the biggest home opener party in the city. Join Woodward Sports at Grand Slam Festival as we take over the Detroit Opera House parking lot. A big-ass tent for a big-ass Detroit party. Get your tickets now at GrandSlamFestival.com or follow Woodward Sports on X and IG for your chance to get in for free. Party across from Comerica Park and hear the roar as the Tigers take the field for the first time in 2025. DJs, food trucks, bartenders, live broadcasts, and more. See you for the Tigers' first home game of the season, April 4th at the Grand Slam Festival with Detroit's biggest party animals, Woodward Sports.
Haircuts for men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Stop in, sit down, relax. Get a hot leather neck shave, scalp massage, hot towel treatment, all of that good stuff, as well as an award-winning haircut from one of our lovely, talented stylists. Lady Jane's Haircuts for men. Walk-ins are always welcome. It's wicked awesome.
Get awesome. Smash the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. We didn't pick a number. What number did you say?
Oh.
What number? You don't even remember what number?
No, I said AJ and Gun Guy won. It was 3.
AJ and Gun Guy?
AJ and Gun Guy.
I always pick 6, fun fact. So he won't be playing my number.
I picked 3 or 7.
3 or 7? Jalen Carter has other guys playing next to him. He's just Phil. I'm not doing this.
Yeah, it's all right.
I can't.
I
recommend you to go out there and do the research yourself. If you're just not,
he's the guy that other guys
he's
play
not a good
next to.
football player. That's just like honestly, Phil. All due respect, stupid. like to the core dumb to pretend he's not one of the best defensive tackles in the game right now. Ignorance. But I respect it as fans. You guys are that crazy. Blows my mind. Either way, moving on. Pistons. I see you post this in the chat, or at least in the Slack, Chris.
Yeah.
The Devin Booker stuff. These again, our chat, our Detroit natives. They're fans of these teams. Get a little crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
I've been reading the chat a few times. Ooh. Yesterday, actually, I believe it came up too. Jaden Ivey, a better basketball player than Devin Booker.
No way. Wait.
We got breaking news?
Yeah, I think so.
Do we
Post
get
the calls up?
Close.
Yeah, official.
Trade? Tigers?
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Tigers trade?
No.
No.
The Detroit Red Wings have called up Sebastian Cossa from the AHL Grand Rapids Griffins under emergency conditions. So he's not going to play unless somebody else gets hurt. Damn it. Got my hopes up.
Yeah, tell him Spencer Rex.
So we're still safe. We can
so what?
still talk.
I mean, he's not. They're going to
Pistons,
do. It's going to be like the
right?
last time.
Pistons.
Is he called up or no?
He is called up under emergency conditions. So, yes, he is called up, but they're probably not going to play him.
Lion wasn't horrendous last time.
God.
Last night.
See. What I think he should get some starts. I think they should give him the keys right now. What else you got to lose? In Colorado, probably not. But after that,
shout out to Benjamin Foe in the chat, man. One of my OG guys.
Shout
out. Me back when I was doing stuff in the basement. An actual ball knower. I'm glad he's here for this conversation. Chris, take the floor.
All right, yeah. So I mean, look, Devin Booker's been the hot name that the Pistons have looked at to trade for. That's been the rumor for the obvious reasons we've stated before. But people have pushed back and said, you know, we like the core. We like these guys. These guys could be better. Even Eric Vincent, I saw him put up a tweet. He said, I don't care who the player is. I am not breaking up Cade and Ivy yet. This has the potential to be special. So, well, we were on air here. I did a little digging and looked up some numbers. And so here are their first 3 seasons. This is where Jaden Ivey and Devin Booker stand in their first 3 seasons. So you can see that the numbers are kind of similar. Obviously, more games played for Devin Booker given the injury. 3 more points per game. Ivy had more rebounds and assists slightly. Shot a slightly better field goal percentage, basically the same field goal percentage, and almost identical 3-point percentage, just 1% off. So the thing that separates this, because I've seen people post this, promote this, and be like, yeah, look how close they are. You don't break up Jaden Ivey. You don't give up Ivy plus stuff for Devin Booker. But this puts a severe lack of context into the Devin Booker stats. Devin Booker averaged 13.8 points per game. Every season since then, he jumped to 22 the following season and has been 22 or higher. So it shows that there was a big jump from Devin Booker, that he was basically almost immediately him. And you know what else he did in his second season? He scored 70 fucking points. Like, this guy is a different level than Jaden Ivey. I think Jaden Ivey is a good player. I think Jaden Ivey can be successful next to Cade Cunningham. I am okay with with going forward with Ivey and Cade Cunningham, but not if that means disregarding the possibility of bringing in Devin Booker. If you can't bring him in, that's fine. Again, it doesn't even have to be a Devin Booker specific conversation, but since we want to make it that one, let's make it that one, and let's show you that the numbers, Devin Booker was a much better player, much quicker, faster than Jaden Ivey by himself in Phoenix. So I think that when you look at this in totality, Devin Booker's status, his points maybe only 3 points per game higher in the first 3 seasons, but in reality, he jumped to a 20-plus per game scorer year 2. And Ivey has yet to eclipse that in 3 seasons. So Ivey is a good player, a player I'm comfortable rocking with, but stop saying this guy is going to be better than Devin Booker. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Does anyone in the room believe that Jaden Ivey will be or can be better than Devin Booker?
Can be. Maybe he can be if he was the number one and got his own team. He's not going to be that, though. Will he be? Probably not. I don't think so. Ivy's potential is insane. It is there, and he was looking really good this year when it came to shooting the ball, and he was playing better defense. Devin Booker is more solidified as a shooter. He's a bigger guy. He has finals experience. I think you're crazy to say it wouldn't be a better fit with Booker over Ivy, but people holding on to Ivy's potential I can understand because it is there. I'm not here to say that Ivy doesn't have insane potential or the potential to be an all-star in the NBA because he truly does. But I think it's like his true potential will only be actualized if he is the guy. Like, that's where you would get the most out of Jaden Ivey. I think, I don't know. Am I crazy for saying that?
No, that's what I've been saying for 3 years now.
I know you're not going to think I'm crazy.
I don't even, I don't think you're crazy at all. I don't know what more there is to say on it. I've been preaching this for 3 years. I see Eazy D 3-1-3. Why not Beal? It's the same thing.
What?
Absolutely fucking not at all whatsoever. What do you watch basketball? Do you just say these things? Should I just stop reading his comments? Because is he trolling me?
That's a troll for sure.
Yeah. Beal hasn't played 60 games in
outside
a decade.
of numbers.
That's a troll for sure.
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna calm down then.
Booker was an All-NBA player last year.
Yeah. Beyond just the play styles being different too. One guy's gonna get after it at the rim. One guy's gonna catch a shoot. One guy can play off guard. One guy never could his entire career. Even we had fucking John Wall on his team. And I'm talking about a healthy John Wall as well too. Guess what? Bradley Beal, great player. John Wall, great player. Did it fit?
Do you think at some point Jaden Ivey will have a stretch of 7 consecutive seasons averaging over 25 points a game?
No.
I think that is what you'd hope for, but to say, he could do that 100% right now, that's asinine.
Yep.
You have no proof to back that. Devin Booker's already done that. And again, I'm not selling or I'm not buying all into the Devin Booker thing because I do think that it might be a little different of a timeline. Like if Devin Booker was a couple years younger, it might line up perfectly. But I think the guy that they're going to make the move with, that when they eventually make the move to push them over the top, will be somebody else. I love the Evan Mobley thing.
That was sick. Am I crazy?
That would be amazing. Yeah. But I think it's going to be more of a guy from that era rather than Devin Booker's era that they make a move in when it's time. Because it's not time yet to make that move. This team needs to first show that they can win in the playoffs before you're like, all right, they're one player away from being a championship team. And a move like Devin Booker is a move that a team that is one player away from being a championship team makes. We saw the Cavs do it. I think we're following a similar arc to the Cavs, to where you get into the playoffs, you win a little bit in the playoffs, and then you go out there and get your guy. And when you go out there and get your guy, look at that. You're the best team in the East. Yeah. So that's where the Pistons are. I think they still – I'm not ready for them to make that move just yet. I do want to see what Ivy looks like with Asar and Cade and all of them together on the floor at the same time because I do think he has a lot of potential. But if you're saying he's better than Devin Booker right now, you're an idiot.
Yeah, and that's my only point with this. I know I'm captain of the ship for bring Devin Booker to Detroit, and I've been screaming it for years. But it's always been just if you can. And I'm also looking at it too of with Ivy, again, it's just a flat out upgrade. You would be doing a terrible service to your team if you did not make an upgrade at a position when it is available. So, I'm not on Eazy's side of it where it's like I don't think Ivy and Cade can never work and they can never experience high level of success. I think they can if the pieces are right around them.
I agree.
It's too early for me to call that. So if you want to let it rock, cool. But I'm just saying, if Devin Booker comes at your doorstep, available to get for a price that is reasonable, that's Ivy and whatever, then you do it. That's just what it is. It's not I'm trying to get rid of Ivy. It's just if something good like that comes that fits, let's do it.
I'll just say it like this. If you trade for Devin Booker, you have the best backcourt in the NBA with Cade Cunningham and Devin Booker. if you're with Cade Cunningham and Jaden Ivey, you have a very good backcourt, but it's not the best backcourt in the NBA. And that's all you really need to know. It would be an upgrade. To say it wouldn't be an upgrade is stupid. Like Super Bowl Wilson says, Ivy doesn't need to average 25 a game for us to win with him. Yeah, but if you have the option of someone averaging 25 a game, you're going to take that option.
Yes.
Like, yeah, Ivy doesn't need to be, Joe Dumars for the Pistons to win with him. But if you have the option of somebody being that number 2, you're going to take that option.
Yes. That's all, man.
It's fine. Like I said, if you're in on Ivy and you love Ivy and you love his potential, I'm not mad at it. His potential is insane. I truly think he has the potential to be an all-star for sure. But if the Pistons are win right now move, the Devin Booker is a win right now move. I just don't think they're there yet.
Yeah, I don't think they win right now.
So I don't think it's gonna be Devin Booker. I think it'll be like Paolo Banchero.
For the Pistons?
Event, like I said, down a couple 2 years.
That
30 years
timeline
from
makes
now,
more sense.
those kind of that era of players, the Evan Mobleys, the Paolo Banchero, those guys, not the Devin Bookers or the Donovan Mitchells or that era of players.
Yeah.
You think those teams are going to be moving off those names?
I mean, the Magic have done it before.
Yeah.
The Cavs do it all the time. Like it's
you never know.
More than Shaq was like, I'm out this bitch.
Dwight Howard.
I mean, look,
He's out that bitch.
Yeah, that's who says Paulo doesn't say I'm out this bitch.
He got traded to the Lakers?
I'm not sure.
I think it's free agent.
Who doesn't say? Who says Paulo doesn't say I'm out this bitch?
Like Paulo can say he's out that bitch.
Yeah,
for sure.
No, it's easy. You can never know in the NBA. I mean, we thought when the Nets got KD, Kyrie, and James Harden, oh my God, this is like a dynasty. And then a year later, they're all apart. Like the NBA changes. We thought Luka Doncic was going to be a Mav for 20 years, and he's gone. So like the NBA does change fast enough. Right now, you wouldn't think that a guy like Paolo is available, but a couple years down the line, couple frustrating playoff losses, guy could
Super Bowl Wilson again in the Woodward Sports Chat. I didn't know this was such a hard concept to grasp, but he says if we're winning, why do I need Booker? Because you would win more. Just like why you'd rather have 25 points than 18 points, because it's more, and you would be better.
Yeah.
I
don't.
Is that point coming across? I don't know. Like,
I'm not reading Eazy D or Wilson's comments. I don't know if they're trolling or if they're just that stupid. So
I think it's a little bit of both.
I want to be mean, and I don't want to fall for a troll. So I'm gonna stay away.
You
from
always
this.
fall for trolls, though.
I do always fall for trolls. Eazy D's got to be trolling at this point because he's just saying like the wildest shit that has nothing to do with nothing.
Like I said, I could see both sides of it, but of people saying that Devin Booker wouldn't make this team better is stupid. Yeah. He obviously would. He's an All NBA player. He would make the team better. Come on, guys. I understand you love your guys. I understand you love the potential, but saying Devin Booker wouldn't make this team better is it's stupid.
You also have to be real about the team building going forward. And if Ivy's agent this offseason is saying, hey, my contract is up next season, I'm looking for the max extension. I mean, is Ivy a max extension? Like, are you comfortable doing that? Because everybody loves these guys right now while they're young, full potential, and on cheap contracts. But when you have to pay Ivy, Duren, Asar, and then hopefully Ron Holland, and Stu would then come up again. You have to figure these things out. You have to weigh these options. Is Jaden Ivey at $35 million a year what you want to spend your money on? Or would you rather be flipping him and getting Devin Booker, who's $60 million, but you're getting that? You just have to do the math. You have to weigh these things out. You have to look at the future because eventually all of these bills are going to come due for the Pistons. Yeah. That's the problem with drafting in the top 5 consistently.
I'm paying Jalen Duren first.
Technically first, but I'd break the bank for Asar first. I know he's up after Duren, so
it's after.
Yeah, but Asar is the one guy I'm making sure.
Ivy will not demand a max, nor will Duren. Both will get extended to reasonable deals. I think I'm somewhere in between that. I don't think they're going to get the max, no. But reasonable deals in the NBA aren't too they don't come around too often. They're going to get paid. It's not going to be the max. No, they can't get the max. You have to have certain accolades.
Well, there's always a max.
Rookie max,
just,
maybe the rookie max.
Yeah, it just depends on your accolades, what your max is. But yeah, no, I don't think he is getting the max. I'm just saying you have to evaluate those questions because look, if there's a team like Charlotte or whatever that has no direction, or Brooklyn that has no direction,
like I said,
throw Ivy a max, and all of a sudden you are absolutely screwed.
I really want to see what Ivy can do with this team when he's healthy because I thought they were playing really well when he was out there, and I think he would make this team better than it is right now for sure. But so would Devin Booker. But I'm not. I'm not. Like I said, I don't want to be the always Booker. I'm not the Booker guy. I don't think that's the timeline doesn't match up. If this was if it was 2 years from now and Devin Booker was the same age and the Pistons coming off a series or a year where they won a playoff series and then a year where they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals and like you're one piece away, I would say yeah, go for it right now. But they're not at that point right now.
I agree.
At what age would you say NBA players decline?
I would say 32 plus.
Yeah.
Unless you're LeBron.
Or a center. Centers declined earlier.
I'd say for guards, for scoring guards, yeah, like after like 32, then you start to go downhill.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But it's starting to stretch more and more with the way the NBA is played and modern technology. But I don't think you're going to get any better than you were past 30.
Yeah. Nick?
Unless you're LeBron, then you're just a freak.
All good.
All right. I could tell y'all about that merch.
Let me tell you about that merch. We got new D-Mac shirt designs dropping tomorrow in honor of Turtle Boxing Club. Shout out to D-Mac. We got shirts, hoodies, all of that, plus all of our backlog catalog that we have of clothing. So make sure you are going to Woodward Sports, clicking that shop tab today, and getting the best merch in the game. The exclusive D-Mac merch is right here at woodwardsports.com.
Woodward Sports is at it again, giving away more cash and prizes than anyone in Detroit. Get into our March Bracket Challenge, powered by Jug and Nathan Neurosurgery. If you have the biggest basketball brain and get first place, you win $1,000 cold hard cash. But it doesn't stop there. Second place gets a weekend at Grand Traverse Resort in Traverse City, including brunch at Erie and golf. Third place, 2 club seats to see the Pistons versus Bucks with food and drinks courtesy of RHB Laboratories in Troy. You can pre-register now at woodwardsportsbracket.com. That's woodwardsportsbracket.com. Then, after Selection Sunday, fill out your bracket for your chance at $1,000 in cash money and more. Pick by mascot, choose by team colors, have your dog picked. No matter how you do it, go to woodwardsportsbracket.com right now and register. All powered by the best in the game, Chuck and Nathan Neurosurgery and Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Woodward Sports is live in downtown Detroit for Tigers opening day.
This one's blasted out toward the bullpen.
Live from the Grand Slam Festival at the Detroit Opera House.
Way back, forget it. Out of here.
Brought to you by Mad Packs, Jars, and White Claw.
Listen, guys, make sure you are tapped in with the best sports network, the best Detroit sports network, that is at Woodward Sports on YouTube, Instagram, X, Facebook, TikTok, Twitch, everywhere. The #1 breaking news, the #1 digital network for Detroit sports is Woodward Sports. Make sure you are giving us a follow on all of the social media platforms.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live on WoodwardSports.com. He's joined by some more action. Chris Nicholas Koloff, that guy up north, asks, are you guys forgetting that Holland basically makes Ivy expendable? Cheaper, way better defense, and his three-point shot is trending up too. I feel bad talking about Ivy in that sense, but
I've said how I feel about Ron Holland. I think he is one of the most important pieces, if not the second most important piece of the Detroit Pistons core. So I love Ron Holland. I think he's going to be the second best player on this team when they're winning championships.
I got Sar Thompson.
I still got Asar, yeah.
But Holland can, 19 right now?
Yep, 19. And I
Jack's
think he's
gonna be
already
pretty
shown that he's a better offensive player than Asar Thompson.
Yeah.
Not as good defensively, but
I'm just worried about that
he
shot,
can get better
man.
at that.
What's a guy putting up 18 points, 14 rebounds, a block and a half, and a steal a game on this, shooting 70%? Where does he come in on that championship team? Because that's what JD's going to be here very soon.
Yeah, for sure. Jalen Duren's a monster. Hey,
Good
Jalen
passing,
Duren's
underrated passing ability as well.
underrated passing ability, underrated ability to play in transition and run the floor as a big man. It's extremely impressive. And we've known that offensively, we've known what his potential is. What he's done defensively this year has been extremely impressive, and that's shout out to JB Bickerstaff for molding him into what he is becoming as a elite paint defender.
Cole Anthony got maxed? A rookie max?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, the
That's
rookie
what I'm
max
saying.
is.
Sometimes they'd be handing them shot like candy, dog.
Yeah, no, the
That's
rookie max.
crazy.
Like we said, Jalen Duren and Jaden Ivey are both probably going to get the rookie max. It's
Jalen
not
Duren
going to be
for
to the
sure.
level of Cade's rookie max, but it's going to be
Duren
around
for
there.
sure. But Ivy again, I don't know. We'll see. It depends. It depends on what the.
Yeah, Jalen
market is.
Duren, I love what he's become this year. Still so young too. The guy's a freak of nature, and he's truly bought into what JB Bickerstaff is preaching, what he expects out of these guys. The guy's taking everything. He's taking the coaching so well. I know that was a thing that people were saying, a couple of years ago or last year that he doesn't like when the coaches do this or that. That's reasonable when your coach was a terrorist in Monty Williams. Like, JB Bickerstaff has these guys working, they're buying into it, and they're having the success, so they're going to continue to buy into it. And Jalen Duren is one of the most, probably the single most benefit of JB Bickerstaff being the head coach. I think he the most
Stu,
player it's benefited is Jalen Duren. And
Stewart.
Stu
Yeah.
too, yeah.
I might
That
put
too.
Stu might be number one.
I think
'Cause
Stu
he got put right in his position. That he belongs
that's
in.
what I think. Stu is what we knew he was. It's just they were trying to give him to play stretch 4 under Monty Williams. It's fucking stupid.
Terrorist. Breaking news, by the way, Cade Cunningham is not playing this game because Dennis Schroeder is starting. So the Pistons starting 5 will be Dennis Schroeder, Tim Hardaway Jr., Asar Thompson, Tobias Harris, and
So
Jalen
another
Duren.
big minutes from Ron Holland again.
So yeah,
Does he do it
another-
again?
Do we hammer the over right quick?
Russ to the Giants
Wow.
per Adam Schefter.
That means Aaron Rodgers is Steelers. I
Yep.
Or
Well,
the
A couple head cases in the Steelers locker room.
3.
Can Mike
I mean,
Tomlin?
they've always had head cases in their locker room, though. They had the Pounceys. They had
Yeah, I don't
Antonio
think the- I don't
Brown,
think the policies were like head cases though.
Le'Veon Bell. I mean,
Le'Veon
weren't
Bell,
they
Antonio
killing
Brown,
people
for
in
sure.
Florida with Aaron Hernandez?
Yeah, but they're like chill guys.
I mean,
They're like really good teammates.
yeah, but
People love the Pouncies.
still,
Jay-
it's something you got to
murders.
manage if you know one of your guys is a murderer.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. They also didn't know. I mean, is that? Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. I didn't hear what you said.
Oh.
Nick, what were you gonna say?
Looking at Ron Holland
Do you
line.
guys think Jalen can put up 20 tonight?
Ron Holland
Durant is
8.5
sensible.
minus 118.
10 points for
All
Ron.
that to 12.
Am I taking that? Take
10
it.
points at plus
We
120.
should cook a little Pistons parlay.
Should
It's
we
been
do
a
one
while.
real
Chris
quick?
probably let me come back.
10 points for Holland at plus 120.
I like it. I like it. I like
Is
it.
Asar playing?
Asar is starting.
Asar's been getting in some foul trouble lately.
He has.
Do you think, all right, this is a thing. Do you think JB Bickerstaff just lets him go and gets that confidence up again that's already moving?
It is moving.
Yeah, it already moved. Just moved, guys. Dang it. Just missed it.
Plus 106. I got in there plus 106.
So we got it. We're all locking this in.
Plus
Think it's gonna
106.
happen.
I got it.
trying
10
to
plus
do it now.
points.
10 plus as well.
Took my son to his first Pistons game Sunday, over a 3-hour drive,
I
night in
didn't
a
have much in my
hotel.
bank
Wanted to see his
account,
favorite player, Cade,
I just cashed out on the
and he
Riley
was a
future.
late scratch. That sucked, but still had a good time.
Yeah.
That sucks.
That
but
does suck.
I'm glad they won, and I'm glad Ron Holland got to go off, and He might go on to be something cool.
I put $5 on Ron Holland because that's all I had left in my account because I just cashed out on the Riley future.
Poor.
I put 10.
I took Riley Green, put 3 units on Riley Green over 21.5 home runs next year. So hopefully Javi shines in center so Riley doesn't have to play there. Damn.
Wow. By the way, wearing a trench coat.
That is a wife.
Yeah.
That
gorgeous.
I would marry that woman. I don't even know.
Like for you to get like that look
trench coat?
without showing any of the goods.
She was wearing a trench coat.
Drop dead gorgeous.
Beautiful. Beautiful woman.
Isn't she lovely?
Shout out Birmingham, man. Shout out Birmingham. They're full of them.
Shout out Feldman.
Sandra Dorton. Can't wait to see you
Full
tonight.
of great cars, that's for sure, Chris.
I'll see you in the
Fully
Twitch stream.
loaded cars, huh?
Fully loaded.
That's what she meant.
Fully loaded. Feldman Chevrolet of Novi, Detroit's #1 Chevrolet dealer and the Chevrolet Dealer of the Year for 6 consecutive years. Get a 2025 Chevy Silverado 1500 Crew for just $199 a month. And you can also get a 2025 Chevy Equinox for only $249 a month. Come see George Hawes and his team at Feldman Chevrolet of Novi today.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on Shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward Golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids, all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today. Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Created the category of the original Detroit-style pizza and has been serving it since 1946 with 22 locations in Michigan. There is always a Buddy's Pizza near you. Buddy's is a cornerstone in the city of Detroit, being here for 79 years and is a dedicated community partner with notable partnerships with local organizations like Michigan Humane Society, Salvation Army, the Detroit Zoo, and more. Save 10% off your entire order using promo code 10MEAL. That's the numbers 10 and then MEAL. Go find a location near you at buddyspizza.com.
So the Giants signed Jameis Winston.
Shout out Jameson Williams.
And
Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, 1 year, $21 million deal, according to the chat.
1 year, $20 million? Dude, Joe Shane needs to be fired.
What do you mean? That's a going rate for quarterbacks.
Why would you pay Russell Wilson that, though, if you already signed Jameis Winston? Neither of them are going to help you win. Maybe you can flip one for
Oh, it's up to 21, so $10 million guaranteed.
Maybe you could trade one of them to a contender if somebody gets hurt. I guess that's not too bad of a move because your team's going to be ass anyways. And there's going to be a quarterback that goes down. So a team's going to want a Russell Wilson or a Jameis Winston if they're trying to, win some games. I could see them trading one of those guys. At the deadline.
Realistically, who are they going to get? They
already got Jameis.
Joe Shane trying to save their job.
No,
this
is not a save your job thing. This is your team's going to be ass.
Oh, well, they're going to try to save their job. They're not going to leave it in the hands of a rookie.
You had Jameis
At
Winston.
some point, a rookie may start. Russ is an upgrade over Jameis Winston.
Is he?
Yes. Yes, Russ played 500 football last year.
I think Jameis did too.
No, Jameis didn't. I wanted him to. I was rooting for it. It didn't happen.
He was also on the Browns, not the Steelers.
Do they still draft Shador?
Anybody can play 500 ball as a Steelers quarterback. Literally, it's proven.
Maybe.
At least 5. Kyle Rudolph had him in the playoffs.
I'm not
Or Mason
comparing
Rudolph.
Jameis
Every
Winston.
time. Every time.
Let it rock. Let it rock. Stop that.
Dude, Russ Wilson is not the Super Bowl winning quarterback he used
But
to be.
he's still
He's
a better
cooked.
quarterback than Jameis Winston.
Not
Jameis
like
Winston
that
is
much.
a backup quarterback.
I think Russ is a backup quarterback at this point in his career, too.
I think he's a better quarterback than Jameis Winston.
Hey,
he makes better decisions than Jameis Winston.
I don't know.
It's inarguable. What do you mean? Jameis Winston has a deeper arm.
I think if you put Jameis on the Steelers last year, he has just as much success as Russell Wilson did.
I don't know, because Jameis Winston throws some horrendous interceptions.
He does, but he also throws some beauties.
Russell Wilson better than Jameis Winston. I'm not even entertaining that one. My question, though, is going to be, do they still draft Shador Sanders?
No.
No, yeah,
they're tanking.
They're fighting for the job.
They're tanking
They're
for...
not tanking. They're trying to win.
You
think this Giants team? You think Joe Shane's tanking for the future of the Giants?
I mean, I don't think signing Jameis Winston and Russell Wilson proves you're trying to win.
It definitely proves you're trying to win.
A 1-year Russell Wilson.
Also, just the logic of them in their state right now. Joe Shane and Dabo need to do something, otherwise they're to the curb.
I think they should tell their
100% trying to win games right now.
You're not trying to win games if you let Saquon Barkley walk and then sign Russell Wilson to a $20 million deal. That's not trying to win games.
Trying to win games.
That's being a terrible GM.
No, signing Russell Wilson to up to $21 million
After
deal is
not
trying
paying
to win.
Saquon Barkley?
We have Jameson Winston.
No, that's being a bad GM.
Well, no, they're definitely bad GM, but you're not telling me they're tanking right now. Signing Russ is them trying to win. If they wanted to tank, they wouldn't have signed Russ at all.
That's true. I don't know why they did it.
Then
Russell Wilson doesn't make them a good team.
I will
They're
say
gonna be just as bad as they were with Jameis.
I don't agree with that. Travis Hunter, New York Giant. Or Abdul Carter. They're not taking Shador now.
No, I think they should take Travis Hunter if I was them.
Unless the owner puts, he's like, hey, you better take Shador. I don't give a fuck. You're fighting for your job here. If you're fired either way, I just got you under contract another year.
I would take Travis Hunter, tank, and then take Arch Manning next year if I was the Giants.
I'm not mad at that.
And I think that's what they're going to do.
ETN, this further proves my point. The Giants aren't sold on Shador. I don't think it's more of that than they need to do something. I don't think Shador's ready to come in NFL start anyway. I think he's a guy that needs to sit for a little bit.
I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, this is interesting for the draft, I guess. I'm going to do a mock draft when I get home now. I'm doing a mock draft Dose the other night. Stay tuned, Dose the 2.0. Do we got anything out? Oh, we'll talk about that at the show.
No, you should simulcast.
Yep, I'm going to do that. Well, we out of here.
We out of here.
Would make no sense for the Giants after that move. Yeah. I mean, unless the owner forces it because he cares about the future team. But Joe Shane and Dabo, they're trying to do work right now to keep their jobs.
We got Around the Diamond tomorrow. We got...
Any topics you guys want us to talk about tomorrow, hit us up. We also got A to Z Sports, my guy, the Italiano, coming through to talk about the Detroit Lions draft with us. What'd you say? My guy, Joe DeLeon from A to Z Sports will join us to talk some Detroit Lions draft. All that and more. If you guys want to talk anything specific, make sure you message us to let us know because it is the dead time of the season. Unless you want a lot of mock drafts. Oh, no. Happy Trails, Jason Taylor. Oh.
He was fine.
He got hurt. They showed a highlight of him getting hurt. So I was confused there for a minute.
He took the shots, then he left.
All right, boys.
Jason Tatum's such an aura farmer, dude. So cringe.
Why?
All right, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button. For Eazy, for Nick, for Chris, I am Spencer. We are the Heavyweights. We'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace.